Welcome to Sam's Russian Adventures. I'm Sam, an English guy living in provincial Russia, and today I'm doing a follow-up to the video that I made a few days ago about purchasing a house in a Russian village. So in my last video I talked about how my plan is to purchase a very cheap house in a Russian village, to refurbish it and to allow you guys, my subscribers, to come and stay for free to help refurbish the house, and then also to help the rest of the village, perhaps to refurbish other people's houses and just to take part in the community and really help out the village that we purchase a house in. Now, today we're going to be walking around some villages to look at the different types of houses that you can find in a Russian village, because it's really important to put this all into perspective. So many people have been reaching out to me saying, Sam, wow, you know, your budget is only like 1,000,000 rubles and you're going to buy a house in a Russian village. I've got 1,000,000 rubles. I'd like to buy a house in a Russian village too. Well, 1,000,000 rubles is not going to get me much. And in today's video, I'm going to explain to you about that. Wow, I was just driving past this place and check it out. This is amazing. So I've just found what looks like the remains of some sort of petrol station. Now, it's not a petrol station for cars, but I'm guessing in the past, in the Soviet Union, this was maybe a petrol station for tractors or some sort of heavy-duty vehicles. This is incredible. Look at this, that's amazing. Wow, what a find. And right now, as I'm filming, a tractor's pulled in behind me, so I don't know if I'm in for a bollocking or what. It's going to be interesting. When you see this heavy-duty stones, these are stones that were put down, or slabs I guess, in the Soviet Union to not break when heavy-duty vehicles were going down them. So whenever I see these big concrete slabs, I'm always so intrigued as to what's going to be at the end of them, but they're absolutely horrible for the car. I absolutely love villages like this one, where the village shop is simply an old sign saying shop. So first of all, I don't want to give the wrong impression. I don't want you to think that all Russian villages are really crappy and you can buy property for 1,000,000 rubles, because it's going to be extremely difficult for me to find anything for 1,000,000 rubles that's anywhere near worth kind of living in, or even worth kind of refurbishing. So I just had a chat with a couple of babushkas, or I shouldn't say babushkas, a couple of nice young ladies just over there, and they told me there's a house for sale down here that's in a bad way, so we're going to have a look at this as well. It's quite interesting. I love walking around these countrysides and speaking to the people. That's probably what makes living in the countryside really interesting for me, because I love just to chat with people and learn their stories and find out, you know, what's great about their lives, what isn't great about their lives, and how we can help to make their lives better. So if you see these houses here, none of these houses are going to be available for 1,000,000 rubles. None of them. And just to really kind of put it into perspective, because I don't want you to think that you can buy a house in a Russian village for 1,000,000 rubles and you can go and live in it. So the kind young ladies have pointed me in this direction to this house. Look, you can see it's got the Soviet star up there at the top, but I don't like this power line right outside of it. It's not very nice, is it? Let's have a look, see if we can see inside or anything. No way to see through the window. It is completely overgrown in there. Wow, that would take a lot of work, wouldn't it? Look at the garden. That's crazy. Ha! I like this little seating area they've got here outside of their house. So just to put it into perspective really, The plot of land that I bought where I'm currently building my current house cost about 2.5 million rubles, and that was before the ruble was weakened. The budget I have for this new project is initially 1 million rubles. And so what I don't want to do is give you the impression that Russian villages are all really crappy and you can easily buy a house there for 1 million rubles, because that's not the case. It's going to be a difficult and long search to find something that is going to be worth buying, that isn't just completely rotten to the core and has some sort of future, because you know, we don't want to be buying in the middle of nowhere in just a, I don't know, somewhere that's just going to have no future really. So one of the most important things is that the house is not semi-detached like this one here. It's going to have to be a standalone house, which makes it even harder to find something nice. So until 30 years ago, every house in the village would have been like a typical kind of dacha style house, and the people that would have lived in the houses would have worked at the local collective farm, or perhaps some sort of factory that was built in the village under the planned Soviet economy. But of course now, different plots in the village are now sold and people build individual houses. So you get lots of new builds kind of mixed in with lots of old houses. And of course then we also have special brand new villages or housing developments, some open, some closed with a barrier and stuff and security, where all the houses are modern and new. But if you look at this house here and then this house here behind me, they're at the edge of this village where most of the other houses are very small, kind of like dachas. And so obviously something like this is, well, way over our budget. And like this one here, this wooden one, obviously this is also way over our budget though. And this one too is way over our budget. Now I can see a church down here, but check out some of these houses. These houses are also way above our budget. Just to kind of let you understand that our 1 million rubles is not going to get us anything like this at all. More likely to get us something like this. So this is more like the type of house that I'm looking for, and if I can find something like this, I will be extremely pleased. But finding something like this is going to be extremely difficult, especially in a location like this. Right now I'm about 20 miles from Vladimir, and this is quite a nice village, so the chances are that I won't be able to find something like this here. It'll perhaps be in a place that's about 40-50 kilometers from the town, not so much infrastructure going on, and kind of like a more kind of depressing, almost half empty and forgotten village. Now of course a lot of the houses in the village will rely on this well for water. They won't have running water in the house. I wonder what's inside here. Let's go and have a look. Now luk is the word in Russian for onion. Blimey, it's being protected by stinging nettles. How are we going to get in here without getting stung? Wonder what this was. Was it just a house or something before? Perhaps it was a shop. Although it's very strange. What's all this inside? Someone's used it to dump loads of pairs of socks. Wow. We've got hundreds of pairs of socks here. We found, perhaps I guess it was a storage place for these socks, and then someone broke in and ransacked it, or maybe someone died and forgot about it all. Happy birthday, Nyashka. Check this out, they've got like this four-wheel drive truck. It's called Vizdechoda. It goes anywhere basically. And the boat on top of there, how cool. It looks like rockets on top of it. And this thing looks deadly. In the villages we've got a real mixture of these people that are working on the land and working on the farms. Then we've got some new houses. Then we've got a few people that probably just come here and grow vegetables in the summer. We've got a real mixture of different types of houses, but almost none of these houses we looked at so far I would be able to afford with my 1 million ruble budget. So yeah, just trying to put things into perspective for you. So this is what I would like the house to look like once it's been refurbished. This is kind of like my dream right now. I've just found something that's definitely within my budget. Let's go and take a look. Here we go. So I'm guessing that in the past this was the kindergarten. Well, in the Soviet period anyway. And down the end here we've got gates. So I'm guessing this was the school. And so in every village where people sacrificed their lives for the fight against fascism, we have a memorial. And look at all the names of the people, and so many from one family, from a single family. If you look here, look at this, we've got 5 people from one family here died. We've got 3 there. Whole entire families gave their lives to fight fascism and to defeat Nazi Germany. And this right here is the House of Culture. At one point this would have been the meeting place in the Soviet Union for all events that would have happened in the area. And now I'm guessing it's, well, not in its best state anymore. Let's go and have a look inside, see if we can go in and see what's happening. We've got a village bike outside. Здравствуйте. Можно я загляну внутри? Только не снимайте. Нельзя? So the people at the House of Culture, or the village club as they said it was, were a bit skeptical of me. I explained who I was and that I was a Russian citizen and that I live in Vladimir and about my YouTube channel, but they still really didn't want me to film inside. They didn't want any of their faces to be on camera. And in the end they were kind of, well, you can come in and film if you want to, but it was kind of awkward, so I decided not to. I love this old Soviet swing that's just outside of the house. So this here looks like an agricultural firm. So there's still people working on the land here. So the nice women that I was speaking to about different houses that are available in this village have told me there's a house down here. So let's go and have a look. We're walking down a path, got no idea where it's going to lead to. Aha! I think this might be the house she was talking about. And look at the view. That's pretty amazing, isn't it? It looks quite abandoned, although it looks like it's kind of wonky as well. You can see that the electricity has been disconnected. We've got some cuddly toys in the window. Let's have a look around the side. So the view was nice, not the house, but that's what I've got to expect for the type of money that I'm investing.